competition lawyer. There are three aspects of my practice. I'm an English barrister, I'm an international mediator, and I advise on regulatory policy. I haven't always been a barrister. I've been practicing in competition law for over 15 years. I've been a partner in a law firm. I've also been a director in an economics consultancy. My focus is on competition law, principally the United Kingdom rules and the EU rules. But I do advise in international cases, often when regulators and governments are seeking to adopt or implement new laws, often based on EU law. I'm asked to advise on comparisons and how experience in Europe might be useful elsewhere. I have a particular focus on regulated industries, so I'm interested in the intersection between sector regulation and competition law in the energy sector, transportation, communications, financial services. Those are industries which have to observe the rules of competition law, but the sector-specific rules of a regulator. Parties approach me as an advisor, as a facilitator, and sometimes a referee. My approach as an advisor is advising on competition law, that may be on distribution agreements, merger transactions, or IP licenses. My role as a mediator involves me acting as a facilitator, where I don't take a view on the merits, but help parties find a solution to their disputes. Often that does take me into the role of a referee, where I have to act as an honest broker, where both parties have got extreme positions, and I'm trying to help them to see a way forward and to find some common ground. As a barrister, I'm involved in representing parties in litigation, so that will involve advocacy through the courts. So through these different roles, I'm available to advise on the spectrum of commercial disputes and issues, raising competition questions. I also advise governments and regulatory authorities devising the new rules. So that can be at a very early stage in shaping regulation to try to achieve good outcomes and value for money. I'm also authorised to accept public access instructions, which means that instead of being instructed by a solicitor, members of the public or non-lawyers can approach me directly. Through my diverse experience as a lawyer, economist, and barrister, I try to bring a different perspective. I don't just look at competition issues through one lens, and I try to think about alternative solutions. My understanding of sectors that are regulated can be useful in issues that relate to those sectors, where a degree of industry knowledge is needed. Most companies say our sector's different, the same rules don't apply to us. And they do need a degree of confidence in their advisors that they really do understand the special rules and why their different aspects may or may not be relevant. I try to bring both an understanding of the industry itself with legal advice and practical commercial solutions. I try to take an intelligent approach to risk. Sometimes parties will want to achieve a commercial solution. They don't want to breach the law, they don't want to do something unethical, but they're trying to seek a solution. They don't want to be told they can't do it, and I try to find a way forward. Sometimes that's very difficult. It may not be possible. And when I do see that there are unsurmountable barriers, I will tell a client why I believe that's the case. I'm also prepared to take a view. I won't sit on the fence. I'll give you my opinion. After all, that's what you're asking me for. You can go to many different practitioners to get advice on what the law is, but I try to provide a view and an assessment. It's my viewpoint at the end of the day, but I'll stick by it. I think my clients are the best judge of why they instruct me. Some of the feedback I've received has said that I'm easy to work with, I'm accessible, and I speak a language that business people and lawyers can understand. Some clients instruct me because of my understanding of the economics, that I can be an effective interlocutor between economists, business people and lawyers. At the end of the day, it comes down to the advisor that you're comfortable with. Do you feel you're in a pair of safe hands? Can you instruct them because they're accessible, they're there 24/7, they're easy to work with, they'll give you an answer now, they won't leave your calls unanswered, they'll reply to your emails in time. You can call them on day-to-day matters, you can test an idea that you have, but you can also call them when you've got a crisis.